Hope everybody's having a good day so far. So, several years ago, I was at work and I get this call, and it's, oh, I need to talk to you. I'm like, okay, talk. And they said, well, it's about daddy. It's really important. I'm like, okay, so can you meet me? Now, there's a big storm. I'm at work, and I'm like, okay, I guess. So they wanted me to meet them at a restaurant across town, over to another town, and I said, okay. So I jump in the car, leave work, head over there in a hurry, in a storm, worried to death. I get about halfway over there, and I'm kind of weary. I have this feeling, okay, and I'm wondering, like, I just get this real weird feeling. Now, previous to this, I had people calling me in the middle of the night, screaming at me, saying bad things. I don't know who they were. They got a hold of my phone number because it was posted on the internet a few times by people, and uh, I had people doing things to my car, um, uh, causing me trouble at work and stuff. And so, anyway, there was a lot of internet stuff, uh, posts, people responding saying, where does she work? I'll beat her A, and all that kind of stuff. And some really creepy stuff, which people showed me and I got copies of, much less some other stuff that was put on the internet. And anyway, found it to be real odd because this person had been calling me all the time to give them rides, take them here, take them there, take them from this hotel to the next hotel. I brought them food very often, uh, to their hotel and to work because I felt sorry for them. I was door dashing and I got a lot of food that was free, some very, very nice food that was free. And I would call them and go, hey, are you hungry? I'll bring this over to you, if you want it and all that. And, I called one night and said, hey, it was like 20 degrees and I was so cold. And I hadn't eaten in 2 days. And I'm like, can you, buy me a piece of chicken from your work? And they were like, no, I can't afford it. Out of hundreds of dollars of food and gas, taking time off to do things for this person. But anyway, so, uh, and they used to call me all the time on like FaceTime or whatever you call it. There's this app that you could like dial straight across and go video to video, and we'd talk for hour, 2 hours, and they call me. Okay, it's like a video call thing, and so anyway, I'm driving over there. I get over there, and I go to this restaurant, and there's like 6 people in there. I don't see this person in there at all, and so I went in there twice. Still didn't see the person. It's a little tiny place. I'm standing in the parking lot, call him a few times, no answer. I start getting kind of rattled. I'm like, this is pretty creepy. You know, I don't like the way this is going. I feel like this is like, a trick. Um, I get ready to go. I waited about 10 minutes. I get ready to go. Call one more time, no answer. I'm getting ready to get in the car and leave. All of a sudden, the phone rings and they say, wait, wait, wait. I'm here. And I'm like, Something come from across the street. across the parking lot from some other place. They're standing at the back of my car, and they're telling me this story about how their dad had a stroke and all that. He's a good friend of mine, and I'm like in tears. And uh, this person doesn't have a driver's license or car, and I said, look, I said, do you want me to take you? It was out of state. Do you want me to take you there, to see him? You really need to be there, and da da da. And so they said, well, yeah, first of all, I've got to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. So they go into that same restaurant that they weren't in the first time to supposedly go to the bathroom. And the sheriff pulls up. They say one word to the sheriff as they're walking by, and then the sheriff starts walking towards me. And I'm going over to the car, because to the door of my car, and I'm getting ready to get in and wait, and uh, for this person to come back, and the sheriff comes over to me and asks me for my driver's license, asked me by the wrong name on top of it. I said, nope, that's not me. And takes my driver's license, and this sheriff's name was Lincoln, and he puts he says, that's your name? I said, no, it is not. Look at my license again. And so he puts it in his pocket. Next thing you know, another sheriff comes. There's probably 6 sheriffs surrounding my entire car. Okay. And I asked him, why are they holding me? And they wouldn't tell me. And I had called somebody and had him on the phone the entire time while I was out there for over a couple hours. Yeah. I think it was like 2.5 hours total, something like that. Might have been longer. And this person never came back from the so-called bathroom. I was also told by a relative that they videotaped the entire thing of me in the parking lot with the sheriffs. And I'm just standing there, because they wouldn't let me get in my car. And they had my driver's license. They had the car surrounded, blocked in completely with sheriff cars and sheriffs, and I'm just standing there. And they won't tell me why they're holding me or anything. Thank you for the thumbs up. And so anyway, well, thank you so much. So anyway, no, I'm worried about the storages right now. They're getting ready to go up for auction. So anyway, they still don't have any information, and I'm still standing outside the car. And while somebody apparently is videotaping this whole affair, and after several hours go by, then there's another police car that pulls up way later. Guy gets out with a stack of papers, hands it to one of the sheriffs, and they're like reading it and talking and all that. Nobody's telling me why I'm being held. I can't leave. That one sheriff, Lincoln, has my driver's license in his pocket. They've got the car totally blocked in with all these sheriff's cars, and nobody's telling me why they're holding me. So then they take and one crappy sheriff, Lincoln, comes over and starts reading a document and says, so there is an order out, and you are not to be around this person within 500 feet. And then I said, who? And I said, I came here because I was called to be here because this person's daddy had a stroke. And they went in the restaurant to go to the bathroom. They're coming right back, supposedly. And I was going to take them out of state to go see their dad. And I said, that's all I know. And then they could say, well, you have to leave this mall. And and I was like, I mean, why? I didn't do anything. They said, well, because there's an order out. I said, well, I don't know about any order. You didn't tell me why you're holding me. You held me for hours, and you just, I mean, it makes no sense. And I don't know where this person went. And I'm kind of worried about him because they said they were going to the bathroom, and that was a while ago. And so anyway, they start reading off the papers, and guess whose name they read off? This person that called me over there for my help. That's right. And I'm like, dude, what? And they said, yes. And they're still here. And you need to remove yourself because we could arrest you. I said, for what? That person called me over here. I came all the way from another town, left work for this. This doesn't even make any sense. So then they hand me some papers. These papers were so badly backdated, it was beyond recognition. In fact, they were expired because the paperwork that was filed was already expired. It showed it on there. Okay. And it is just ridiculous. And so they were supposed to have had proof of service within like 30 days or something. And it was already expired like 2 or 3 months. So anyway, it was beyond me because I'm out of state. That person's out of state. And this is Florida. That's right. So they hand me the papers, and I was just heartbroken. Like, why would this person be so evil to call me claiming an emergency that they needed to talk to me and, needed me to come right away and to what? What's, don't they call it set you up? Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Wow. Yeah, it was hard to believe. And on top of that, I was told by somebody else that all that whole event was videotaped. And, like I'm just standing there totally lost. You know, I don't understand what's going on. Waiting. And it's not legal for them to hold you like that, much less surround you with like 6 different sheriff cars and hold your license in some guy's pocket, a sheriff named Lincoln in Okaloosa County. Yeah. And it just didn't make any sense, you know. And so anyway, yeah, so that's what happened. And in the next vlog, I'll tell you guys about the court case. Now, this happened several years ago. So, yeah, several years ago. And very interesting. And I still have an option to sue for damages and stuff, but I've hesitated to do so. You're sorry that happened. I couldn't believe it happened. It was absolutely ridiculous. Made no sense at all when this person used me up for numerous rides to work, to grocery stores, to different hotels, repeatedly. I fed them over and over again at work, okay, for free. I was there 24 hours a day for them to call me, which they did a lot of calling late in the night, like after midnight till daylight when I had to be at work the next morning. And I was always there for them. And they turned around and did that. Why? You know? I will tell you that the last phone call, before that was, it was several weeks before that was, uh, how I had to accept their boyfriend. You have to accept him. I'm like, huh? That's not my problem. You know what I mean? That's their personal business, none of mine. They're of age, they're an adult, that's their biz, none of mine. And so yeah. But anyway, I'll catch you guys on the next vlog. Tell you about that cool court hearing. Yeah. See you guys in the next one. I love you.